All right, looks like we are live. Hello, fellas. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Did you have a good Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's?
Absolutely. All those happy things. And we should let everyone know, Dan, yesterday had a birthday. So happy belated birthday, Dan.
Happy birthday.
49.
49.
So, yeah.
One of us went to Japan, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
And Ryan is in Japan.
Yeah.
And Ryan, I'm sorry. Did you say you just went to a card show?
No, I wasn't able to make it. It was a week ago from today and Sunday Japan time. But I tend to try to go just to see what it's like. But I imagine it's probably a lot of modern. Not even sure how many Japanese cards will be there. It might be a lot of U.S. cards.
Mm-hmm. I'd be curious if there's I'm assuming a lot of baseball. I wonder if there'd be any sumo or not. I don't know.
Probably, maybe not much, right? Sumo's pretty niche, but yeah, you never know.
I would think of all the places in the world where sumo would be the least niche.
Yeah.
It would be in Japan, but
it is still niche here. You go to the mint shops and they obviously have a few packs of some older stuff. They sell out of the current boxes pretty quickly, and then they'll have some autos on the wall mixed in. Maybe half a dozen, if that. So it is still pretty niche here. They only make about 2,000 boxes per release, and they only do a couple releases per year. So
really, wow.
Surprisingly, a lot of that's sucked up by non-Japanese collectors. The majority of that is.
Yeah, I think a lot of the vintage stuff too online gets when you look who's buying it. It's mostly people here.
Non-Japanese.
Yeah.
Do you collect modern, Ryan? Modern sumo?
I do. Yes. Yeah. We have a Facebook group, BBM Sumo Card Collectors group, that I'm a moderator. So we do that.
How many people are in your group?
A little over 750.
Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, pretty all across the world, obviously. So yeah, quite a few folks collect the modern.
How much is a modern box?
A little over 8,000 yen.
So
US maybe 50-ish, 5-ish.
Yeah, and then the number keeps separating too much for me, for my liking.
Yeah. So about a little over $50, or maybe a little higher than that. But pretty reasonable. It's certainly reasonable.
Yeah. No, that's.
I'm sorry. How many packs are in the box?
20 packs, 6 cards per pack, so 120 cards per box. And this year they did something really interesting. They added one per pack, a sparkle card, so they have holographic sparkle effect on cards, which is something they've done in baseball over the past years, and now they're just introducing it to sumo cards. So it adds another chase to get a parallel set along with your base set. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense. For the companies, I mean, for collectors too, I think it's just, for a lot of it, something else to be sort of interested in, be looking for. But I mean, from a company standpoint, it's makes you wonder why they didn't do it sooner, kind of a thing.
Yeah. It's true, but it's kind of nice. I think BBM's now listening to the collectors, really understanding, for the past 10-ish years, if not longer, it's been a very stale set. Change the design, know how many cards you're going to get per box. To 80 out of 90 cards, one every 3 or 4 boxes, you'll get a autograph card. And so now they're increasing the value, in my mind, of the box, and it's a lot more fun and a lot more interesting to now open boxes than it was in the past.
Hi, Orlando. How you doing?
Hey.
Florida.
Yeah, I'm in Florida, so he must be near you. All right. I'm trying to think here. I know Mike had said you didn't buy a whole lot. I was very disappointed to hear that.
Trust me, no one's more disappointed than I was. It wasn't for lack of trying. I'll say I missed out on so many lots over the last couple of months. I don't know if it was just I imagine some of them were you, but I probably not actually. I don't know. I mean, I even lost out on some things that I don't think anybody here would even bother with. But
I hope it's just a phase. I hope it's not something that's going to continue.
No, I think it's just a phase. It was also the holidays, and my budget was a little bit more, thin, that kind of stuff. So things that I could have at least tried to have a little bit more aggressive on some lots, but I was just like, it's probably not quite worth it. 'Cause I've seen some prices starting to tick up a little bit more than what I've seen in the past. Not a whole lot as far as what I typically would normally see something go for. I mean, outside like which obviously is just anything with that is always almost instantaneously outside of my budget. But so yeah, it hasn't been too bad. So I didn't go without. I've got a few things, but not nearly what I would normally like.
Okay. I only have a small handful of Yamauchis that I bought. That's all I can share today. Ryan and Robert.
You're gonna carry us, guys?
Yes, Sumo for us, Ryan.
It was tough. It was a tough 2 months for me as well. A lot of just Menko lots come up, but it's not much new stuff that I need. So not much for my catalog or anything like that. So I've been branching out into the postcards a little bit more.
Yeah.
Some interesting non-sport cards, if you will, and got some of those. But for whatever reason, it's been a little bit. I don't know, on the Sumo Menko side, really dry, if you will, the past couple months of just really more interesting things versus your common stuff. So, but I did go to the international flea market. I said that wrong. It's the big flea market at the International Forum that they hold once a month. Picked up some fun, interesting stuff there. Not quite Sumo or Menko related, but happy to share some of that.
Absolutely. How big of a show or flea market we're talking about here?
Yeah, so it if you type it in, you'll see the landscape. You're probably talking about 200 to 300 tables, probably a little bit more. A lot of really good vintage stuff, and just a variety. It really appeals, I think, more to the international tourists that come in. But you get some local collectors there as well. So just get a variety of like old books and kimonos and stuff like that. But there's one guy in particular that sells some Menko and cards. And one of the cool things, do you guys know what set this is from? This is maybe I'll turn my camera to maybe focus a little more. Do you guys?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
is that pretty common? I picked it up for like 1,000 yen.
Yeah, it comes up more often than you think, even in the uncut sheets. In fact, I think I probably see more uncut sheets than I see the individual cards at times. But I wouldn't say it's certainly not scarce, but I wouldn't say it's like crazy common. But it's a really cool set.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, and I think it's probably from maybe late 70s, early 80s. I don't know if you've got it.
No. Earlier.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Probably
yeah, I think
late 50s, early 60s.
Yeah, I say late 50s, early 60s because if you look at the content of what's on there, you got 101 Dalmatians. You've got some Mickey and Scrooge cartoons. All of those came out in either in the 50s or the 60s, and those backs are very much the same kind you see stylistically, even though obviously those have Dopey on it. Stylistically the same as Astro Boy, and a couple of others from that era that very much ring up the 60s to me. So like I would say like mid early 60s is what it looks like to me.
That's good to know. Okay, yeah, it's fairly inexpensive, so I thought it was pretty common. I don't recall ever seeing one, but
I'd say 1,000 yen is a really good deal. I normally see them go for higher than that.
Yeah. So pick that one up.
Now, is this show something you think you'll go to a few times a year?
Yeah, certainly. There's enough variety, and I know I'm a little blurry. Hopefully that just makes these a little clearer. So this is a little hard to see. These are probably more common than I actually find, but this is an original woodblock print.
Oh, wow!
So you
so
can
is that ink? Then we're assuming,
yeah.
Wow.
So it gets. I know it's harder to see here, but that's the ink residue, and you can see the raised lettering there.
Wow!
And then in the corner up here, you can see that's I'm assuming the artist's seal. And go over here. That's like it's upside down probably there, but like a bowl of, sorry.
Oh, yes, it is a bowl of something. I thought it was a kanji I didn't know or something.
Yeah. So anyway, I paid 3,500 yen for this, probably way overpaid for it, but I thought it was kind of neat just to give you an idea of.
That's gorgeous.
You can see the carving lines, and then certainly how they would press that onto paper, and how that was made in the 1800s.
That's gonna make it.
Can you tell what the image is? The main image?
It's like a ladle and a bowl of soup, or maybe that's a holy water. Because if you go to shrines, they have the ladle for dipping the water. Could be.
It looks like.
Yeah, I certainly haven't translated any of it, but it's and there's the mark. So anyway, I just thought that was kind of neat.
It sounds like a great display piece.
Yeah, kind of neat there.
Japanese printing plate.
Yeah, printing plate, and then let's see. I think that's all I picked up. Oh no, this is totally random, not Menko related. These are from 1940s, 42 or 43. So these are actual miniaturized. Let's see if I can draw of aircraft that somebody in Japan did. Those are actual pencil drawings.
Oh.
Yeah, you'd think they were printed, but they're actual pencil drawings.
Jeez.
And Robert, maybe do you remember what year that is? 18. What is that? 43
or 13?
Yeah.
Or I think it's 43. Yeah,
but,
September 29th.
But I thought it was interesting. Yeah. So again, I thought, okay, when I look around, these are all printed, but no, somebody actually, designer actually replicated these at this scale. That says 1/500 scale. I won't go through all of them, but
43.
Yeah, 1943. You can see
these are all American planes then.
Yeah,
descriptions it looks like. Yeah.
Or at least there's a
British or something. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. At 1/500 scale, I was like, man, that takes some skill to replicate that.
Are these about 8 by 10? Or
say again?
Like A4 sheet? Or
no, this whatever it looks like whatever artist was practicing, or this was used for some war effort.
No, it'd be cool if you could find like the big pages. You could just put them in a binder.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, I know these aren't. I don't want to sidetrack the audience too much here, but maybe that's a Japanese one. I'm not sure. But I thought those were kind of cool, just being cards, and then this kind of a paper ephemera, kind of neat thing. So I picked those up for like $3 each. But but just the artistry and putting those together, I thought was pretty cool.
I love those. Those are awesome.
Yeah, might be kind of neat to scan them and share them in some other forum or something like that. All right, that's all I got at the flea market a couple months ago. I guess a month and a half ago.
That's a successful trip.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do my Yamauchis.
Yeah.
All right.
How do I? Oh no, here we go. Solo layout. Enter. How do I enter? Okay. All right. So these are all Yamauchis, different years. All right. There's so many of these poses.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry. Here we go.
It's like really good shape. There you go.
Yeah.
It's in really nice shape.
Yeah.
Like the patch on the sleeve, the colors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It really pops.
Sunshine.
Nice.
I love this one too. The stadium background.
Oh, an actual full stadium? Or no, at least some people. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really good image.
Andrew Morrison. There's another one at the patch. I think it's in all of them.
Yeah, you get a clearer picture of it there. I always like it when the The text on the I like that back. What's the maker on that one?
Katsu.
Thank you, Amakatsu.
I like the Yama for mountain.
Right. That hat. Is that the actual color, we assume? Like they didn't colorize it?
It does look colorized.
That's a very vivid colored hat.
An older one.
This Toyota.
Oh, it is Toyota. I knew something was wrong there. Anyway, here's the Toyota for you guys.
Yeah.
Wearing batting gloves. You don't see too many players wearing batting gloves, honestly, in Menko cards.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
I love the full bleed ones.
Yeah.
There you go.
Back. Winner card, third place card.
Stamp.
Third. Yeah.
And the last one.
They did like that pose for him for whatever reason.
What is it?
Oh, that's a fake number 2 stamp.
Yes.
Yeah.
see a kid in the candy store trying to.
Ooh, I want.
Those are nice.
Love it. That's awesome.
Let me exit. Maybe here. Exit. All out. Okay. Uniform cupcake.
Hey.
It's a cool image.
Yeah.
What's the picture in your unicorn cupcake? Is that a Civil War image or
Holding a cup, yeah.
I don't know, pretty cool. Whatever it is.
He is in the Hobby Evolution. Well, there's a guy, Bo Thompson. He's 1 Million Cubs. He goes live every morning, and there's lots of people watching. Uniform Cupcake is one of them.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Cool.
Very cool.
All right. Okay. All right. Mike, you want to go next?
Yeah, I can go.
All right.
My favorite purchase of the last 2 months. I got this as a Christmas gift. So
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay, awesome.
I wanted to show off my new Sumo Menko and card checklist by the Honorable Ryan C. Lawton. So
There you go. I know that guy.
I have been thoroughly enjoying it, and I take 10-15 minutes every couple of days just to like start, because I mean, for those of you that have never, I mean, this sucker is like massive. There's so much information in here. It's absolutely incredible. And I've really enjoyed how much this helps me with my other, so there's a lot of non-sports cards that I've had over the years that I've picked up and everything, and then I'm not sure exactly the time frame, but just like baseball cards, Menkos can help identify certain cards. There's a lot more in here that I've been able to say, oh, so that is a 50s or a 60s or something like that. And so that's been incredibly helpful because they also made Sumo cards in the same backs or a very close similar back. So very helpful along those lines as well. But I will share one funny thing about this though. So I opened this on Christmas Day, and I was with my family, both my family and then my parents and siblings, and opened it up, and everybody was like, "What is this?" Right? And my younger sister was like, "Is that the Kama Sutra?" And I said, "No, it is not."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I thought that was absolutely hilarious, and I had to share that. Civil War image looks just like your best friend. Wow, your best friend looks pretty badass. Wow.
Yeah, it's like a what do you call it? The guy. Never mind. Can't think. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sure, noise.
Lumberjack. It looks like a lumberjack. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Lumberjack. There you go. Yeah. Actually, reminds me of. Have you seen that? There was that Twitter account for Andrew Luck where it's like Captain Andrew Luck or whatever he acts. All the messages are from Andrew Luck as a Civil War like soldier or captain or something like that.
Yeah.
funny stuff. So really my actual pickups are very minimal, but I did get this. This is another one of the 1974 All Japan a wrestling set. This has two different kinds of backs. This is the bat and bone that is pictured in other sports cards. There's also a quiz back for the exact same set. But so this is Killer Krupp is the wrestler down here, and then I always forget the name. I have to look it up here. It is, where did it go? It is Jumbo Surata. I think. Surata Surata. So this is there's 16 cards in this set. This gives me 13. So I am inching my way towards a complete set.
Are you trying to get the master set with both backs?
I'm going to start with just getting 16 and getting one from the whole set, and then if I can piece my way to get there, because there's obviously a key. The Andre the Giant cards are the two key ones as far as expense is concerned. So getting those in two different backs might be the thing I don't quite get to, but we will never know. We'll see. But I'm trying to finish that set off.
Did you say that was a wrestling set?
Pardon?
Is it a wrestling set or multi-sport set?
No, well, this particular grouping is a set of just wrestling cards, but there's a ton of other. There's sumo, there's baseball, there's non-sports that have the same backs.
Yeah. Okay.
So the same, whoever manufactured these, which I don't know if we know who did, but whoever did made all kinds of stuff, but including this set. And then this is not Menko related, but I did pick. I think I might have shown something like this before, but every now and then I come across some bento boxes, like kids. The equivalent of a kid's lunchbox, kind of a thing. And so I've had one before, but this is a different version of a Speed Racer bento box. So this is it's from 1966 is the date on the front, the copyright, but just a really cool image, Speed there. And it actually has its little sort of the equivalent of the thermos, I guess I would call it. There's little inserts so that it would like kind of fit up here at the top to separate food or whatnot. So another Speed Racer, and this one was in the same lot, so it just came with it. I don't really collect. This is Cyborg 009 is the series and character by Toei, but so it was in the same lot. So I got that
from the 70s, probably.
Well, this is 66. I believe the Cyborg 009 is also a 60s issue from it would coincide when it was really popular and on the air and stuff. So
perhaps you guys can answer this better than me. I'm assuming the answer was yes, but how can you guys answer that?
So only Japanese issues.
Well, Menko is a Japanese term, is that correct?
Yeah.
To my knowledge.
Yeah.
They had the modern POG. So in the 90s, POGs or POGs, which was basically a reboot of the Menko. In the Western world.
As far as you know, most Menkos that you like, the thick Menkos are, from what you know, you've only seen them in Japan, right? Or Japanese?
Yeah. Japanese.
Yeah. Just specific. I mean, something that would be specifically called a Menko. Yes. Just because I think that is a very specific kind of thing, a game that was specific to Japan. He mentions we had milk caps. So Japan also has the milk caps. So that there's also Menko also sort of becomes sort of a catch-all term, I think, as well. That something that even isn't technically a Menko card, like doesn't have some of the things that sort of epitomize what a Menko game card would look like, are called Menko. So I think it kind of gets a little bit it's been sort of used just to be as a catch-all for a lot of different things, including milk caps and stuff like that, which Japan has as well. But I think specifically something that would be referred to as a Menko card of any kind would be implying that it is a Japanese. I don't think it was something that extended the game. At least by that name, didn't extend outside of Japan as far as I know. But That's my limited knowledge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's as much as I knew. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever showed you guys this. It's not Menko, but it is Japanese baseball related, vintage. And I'm sure you've seen images that I might have shared. I'll show it to you real quick.
Please. Trust us, unicorn. We're all learning.
The Soda Top Nagashima set.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's basically him fielding a ground ball and progressing and follow through of the throw.
Wow.
You might have seen the blue caps for the Ichiro.
Yeah.
So how did you acquire? How would one have originally acquired these?
These, I believe, were on, I don't know if it was Pepsi, but they were on actual like soda, like 1 liter soda bottles.
Like just like that, like sticking on top like that?
I've never seen an image of it, but I just what I had thought.
I know the other ones they put in a little baggie or pouch with a hole and it would go over the top of the cap and just kind of hang there.
Okay, gotcha. I was like, that seems like those would never survive if that's how they were sold.
I've only seen like in the little bags. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I bought this from a Korean guy here locally, and he actually had this. He sold it with this, so it's perfect.
That's so cool. I love that. Reminds me of starting lineup figurines. Remember those from the 80s?
Well, I got some right here.
Oh, do you? Nice. Perfect.
That's so cool.
I'm telling you, uniform. That's why we do this, so you guys can learn.
Yeah, that is awesome.
All right.
Robert's got to show us all the things he's been buying that we couldn't buy because he bought it.
Right, there you go.
Not everything.
All right, let's show us your stash that you're about to put on the auction.
All right. Yeah, I got Menko and a lot of other things too. Actually, I just got this today. This baseball.
It's so light.
Yeah. September 1964.
Oh, wow. What's the signature? I can't see it very well there.
You recognize this one?
Is that Willie Mays?
Yeah, Willie Mays. And
wow.
Oh, there. Huh. I can't tell.
Murakami.
Oh, wow.
Murakami and Kanji. Yeah. Murakami, Masanori.
Wow. What a combo.
Official baseball. Yeah, when it was, I guess I think his first game was September 1st, 64. So this was a few weeks after that. And
was Willie Mays in Japan in 64?
No, this is from in the U.S. It's on the San Francisco Giants.
I'm tracking that. Okay, Murakami.
Yeah, Murakami was the first Japanese player, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown is going to be doing, I think, a 5-year exhibition of U.S. and Japan baseball relations.
Oh, wow.
Supposed to be starting in July. They're going to have a Ichiro showcase since he's getting, inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Certainly.
So I've been in contact with them. They asked me to actually scan. I gave them a high resolution of this Menko card.
Wow.
Use it in the exhibit.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And as far as stuff I picked up, I mean, it's all over the place. I picked up a bunch of these Menko cards.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Some of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are
really cool.
Yeah, and a lot of like movie scenes on the back.
Yep.
Different actions.
Yep. So I've got a few where the front is actually a film or actor or something like that, and then the same kind of backs. Yeah, those are fantastic.
Yeah, and I try to sort them. There's different, like the same type of backs.
Ooh.
There's.
I don't know if I've seen that back before. That's cool.
This one is, and there's a calendar one.
Yeah, that one I've seen similar.
Hitting in the face. And there's a cross bat. I've seen a few of these.
Nice. Yeah, I've seen a couple of those.
Yeah, then you get. Actually, these. Yeah, I mean, it looks somewhat similar, but they're these are actually different. They have a number on the bottom. And this has this has a baseball at the bottom.
Is it signed?
No, it says something ball. I don't know what it.
Oh, okay, it just looked like a signature across there or something.
Yeah. No, but yeah, those are pretty cool. I
love those.
Yeah, I picked up. Actually, I sent them to PSA. I just got these back.
Ooh.
This actually had both of these rookies. I have two of each, different grades. I put two of them on eBay, and then the other two I'll have in the auction. These are a little nicer ones.
Nice.
And it's got a 2.
The black one looks quite nicer than a 2.
Yeah, why not 2?
It's got the stamp on the back, so they did mention it. They put lucky. I don't know.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, because I don't know if in the past they would like just put a mark on it, like they weren't even sure what it was. And to me, it doesn't really make it any better. It's just just to identify what it is.
Yeah, it's just interesting.
I don't have a premium too much, but
no, but it's a fact that it's more accurate, right?
Yeah, you don't want them just to take off for it.
Right. That would be the worst thing. Like,
yeah,
because
I did have one with writing on it. Let's see, as far as cards. Oh yeah, and I had some like Starfin bromide.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, this one's a blank back.
That's really sharp too.
Here's another Starfin.
Wow.
What is that? Is that just a bromide?
Yeah, it's the. I don't know if they often call these like shiori menko, like bookmark.
Yeah.
But yeah,
is that uncatalogued? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, it is? Okay. All right.
I actually put a Kawakami on eBay today, so I looked it up and
there you go.
I found it. And,
good coloring on that. That's amazing.
Here's a Morinaga gum wrapper.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah, there's O and Nakanishi on the other side. Oh, and here's Kaneda.
And
nice.
For Dan.
I can't believe those survive.
Yamuchi. Yeah. Well, I have I think I got too much stuff there. I showed this before, but here's an unopened pack.
Oh man.
Yeah,
you did there.
Yeah. And I just
so that still has the gum inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And
look at you one.
Yeah, here's a couple of tickets. This has the Maggio and
wow. Nishizawa. Wow.
Yeah.
Is that a Yankees tour ticket then, I assume? Yeah.
I think I remember if this was 51 maybe with the All Star because the Maggio was on that tour.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And here's one with Berra from 53.
Yeah.
There's a Menko. There's a bromide maybe set that has that same image, I think.
Yeah. There's I think a few different size bromides of him.
Yeah.
Let's see what else.
That serial number was pretty big. Is that a game ticket? Was that what it is, or is that a lottery ticket?
Yeah, it says. Where does it say? Chusenken. That's like where you try to win.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. 20,000 people have a chance to win.
Yeah.
And then it's so I guess if they pick your number, then you can maybe win a ticket to the game.
Oh wow.
And I did find this. I don't know.
Yeah. Very cool.
Oh yeah.
It's Sumo.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I like picking up first issue magazines. This one I had before, but this is the Shukan Sports Magazine.
Nice.
February 28th, 1959.
Sashiro.
Yeah, and actually it's nice because it's got
oh wow,
O in here, and so the early images.
Oh man,
spring training.
Wow.
You're so young.
Yeah, that, and then I had these two. This came in one lot with Nagashima on the cover. These are both first issues.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Sankei Sports, and this is Shukan Yomiuri Sports.
What years are those?
These are I think these are 59.
Okay, so not rookie season, but
Oh wait, yeah, 34. I think. Oh no, wait. Actually, this one says 58. Oh, this is July 58. This one.
oh wow, so that's rookie year for nice.
Yeah. And so that I got a few other things. Here's I don't know if you saw this.
Oh yes.
Yeah. And this one's nice because it's got O on it.
It's got O on the front. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think.
Were those meant to be cut into fourths, or was it?
Well, so the Taba was like this. So you would get, and then if you get the winner one, you get the pull from the sheet, which would be either, I don't remember offhand, the bigger one that has a whole bunch of them on there.
Yeah.
And they might have, I think 4 was the smallest, maybe 4, 8, and I have the display sheet someplace, but
yeah. I just was wondering if they wanted the kids to cut that into little Menko from that little 4.
Yeah, let me. Yeah, no, you would keep it like that, and then you would win the other thing. I know you guys were talking about this. I don't think I had this last time, did I? You know what this is?
I don't think. Oh, is this a? Is that
sheet?
a full price sheet or?
Yeah, this is. Yeah, it's actually in kind of 2 pieces, but.
Oh wow! Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Which set is that? Is that
I don't remember offhand. I'd have to look, but yeah, this thing is really coming apart.
I can't believe it exists in any way, shape, or form, let alone.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's gonna make it up. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it might be better off taking the cards off at some point. I don't know. I'll have to see what the best.
That's amazing.
Because
it's huge.
Yeah, these are.
But each one of those was like a winner, right? They get a sheet for.
Yeah, these would. Yeah, because one has. One sheet has 6. Another one has 12 on it. So these are like the winner. So I guess at the bottom it has the. I don't know if you put one off and then it shows you what you win.
You say which one you win.
Yeah, interesting.
That's awesome. Jeez.
Like a Kuji sheet.
Yeah. The big one.
Yeah, I've never seen this.
Yeah.
When's your next auction, Robert?
I was hoping for April, but sometime.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I got to get enough stuff together, and I've been working on eBay things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I found this, and there's I didn't know exactly what was in it until I got it, but there's the only thing in here is one Sumo Taiho.
Yeah. I think I bid on that too. I think maybe you know against each other.
Yeah, that came with I think it was with this this piece.
Yeah. I was bidding on that one.
Yeah, so I thought maybe the little book would have like or somebody other. There's no baseball in there.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. So what exactly was that?
I don't know. It says it doesn't make sense because there was it says mascot star card like here. This was summer vacation special presents.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if they had cards of pictures of them in there, but they didn't.
Yeah. Maybe they did in other ones or something. I don't know.
Yeah. This.
But they're just cards. That's just really what they are. They don't serve like another purpose or anything.
Yeah. These I don't. Yeah, they're double-sided.
Right.
Yeah.
But
just so interesting. That's
hard paper.
Cool.
Yeah, so I think this came in this like this, but was it insert? I don't know. The other side has some quiz thing, but I don't think that came with it.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
That's wild. Never seen that before.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff that appears, we've never seen before. Individual cards or sets and things like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's half fun.
Where is it here? Yeah, this set, which I don't remember all the designations offhand, but this was another one that's this card's.
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah.
this one from '63 because it even came with the packaging.
Member book.
So I guess it was all folded up. It was in the Shogaku Gonensei, like fifth grade or whatever they call it. Yeah, the April from '63.
Wow.
A lot of times you find these cards loose. Gary's trying to figure out what year they're from or who made them or something, and sometimes it's hard to know. It's nice when you find the
whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you can confirm exactly what it is.
That's got to be so rare to find stuff like that when it's like in that form. I mean, because
that's so cool.
There's very little chance that it normally would have been kept in that way. Awesome.
Ryan or Mike?
Let's see. I've got a few more items. So back to
one more. So I got one more item. I'll just let you know. You go, Ryan, then I'll show.
Okay. Well, I'll go through my few items here I have, and then. But back to Menko. So we talk about Menko being paper, but Menko were also Menko. So a lot of times, not a lot. You'll see on occasion when you type in Menko for any of the search, they'll pop up to these clay. So these are from like the late 1800s, early 1900s.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Doro Menko.
Yeah. What was the clay part, Robert?
Doro, D-O-R-O, Doro.
Doro.
And then they were also lead. So this is a lead Menko. You can see that, just a piece of lead with an image on it. So you'll see that pop up every once in a while.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I've seen like really thin ones, but that one's
you'll see thin ones that are painted.
Yeah.
And then, as we talked about, the more obviously common and popular Menko was the paper Menko, and then that evolved into the Pogs of the late 90s or early 90s. So a little bit there. A couple things. I don't know if you've probably seen similar to these, but these are the Doyusha Awase cards. These are the gun cards.
Actual packaging.
But yeah, kind of. It's the matching game, and so you would see this one's. But a certain, this is a Colt. Looks like Colt 45, but a certain famous star, and then their gun, if you will. Here's that.
Wow. So it was like is that like perforated that you would tear them apart, kind of a thing? Is that what?
Yeah, they're perforated, and you see those in baseball and sumo as well from the early '60s. These Awase sets, you basically turn them all over, and then you flip them right side up to try to match. But these are just different. Again, I won't go through them all, but just different guns per famous person.
That's awesome.
I'm sorry. Did you show the back?
Yeah, it was like a playing card.
You just put it face down, and then you try to flip them over and match the guns to each other like a matching game. So pick that up. I think a lot of you saw this one. Just one of these scientist cards or science cards.
I love this.
I did a little more research. It comes from a magazine.
Makes sense.
Which magazine? I researched it and then forgot, but I don't know if I might have showed these last time. But anyway, these science cards there.
I love that.
Those are pretty cool. I've been picking up some postcards. I know not Menko, but just trying to, you'll see in my 7th edition that I'll probably be having a lot more of these postcards actually cataloged in there, but some pretty neat stuff. And Robert, you probably have seen, I feel like you can get a lot of these for fairly inexpensive prices, certainly.
Yeah, there's a lot of Sumo postcards.
Yeah, there's so many, but starting to work.
Yeah, they're real nice. I have a bunch too.
Yeah.
There really are some gorgeous images on those.
Yeah, and these are all from early teens, early to mid-teens. This one's a little later, but they all have different backs, so it makes it easier to catalog.
Mm-hmm. That's so fascinating that you have that sort of as your crutch almost, to kind of help you say, okay, this is how I can differentiate time periods and everything. That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And then this one, I hope, Mike, I don't make you too mad, but have you seen?
Oh man, that's huge.
What
on earth?
Like, look at, here's my hand.
I've seen that specific card in traditional Menko size.
But this is
whoa. What on earth?
Yeah.
What is that, like 8 by 10?
Yeah, here's it's probably, here's a post.
Maybe 7 by 9 or something, but
here's a post.
Oh my Lord.
Well, maybe twice as big as a postcard, but I have
what on earth would that have been? Why would they have made it that big?
So it was a prize. My guess is it was a prize card. It's got the gold edge. My guess
a prize card or just a box.
You win the top prize, or this was probably the prize cards. Instead of an uncut sheet, you just got a large one.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Does this back look familiar?
No, honestly, it doesn't look specifically, because that's kind of a mishmash of different characters, it looks like, but it could be a specific show of some kind that I'm just not familiar with, but it looks almost like Tetsujin 28 in the back there and then somebody else in the front. No, you know what, actually, that little dude on the bottom left there, that like with what looks like has a mustache behind the circle there, like you need to send me that, so just a picture so I can look into that further, but that is super cool.
Yeah, I've never, and then it's gold. So my guess is, again, this was a prize.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Makes sense.
So they probably had
might have been sitting on top of the box, like in the box.
Yeah.
Prize.
That when you opened it up, it was right on the top there. That's so cool.
Yeah, so pretty cool, pretty big.
Huh.
So anyway, that's all my for the past few months. But Mike, I'll send you a photo of that.
Please do. If you want, we can just put it in the server too.
Just drop it in the box, mailbox, and
exactly.
Oh yeah, if you want to. I mean,
No, okay, yeah, I'll make sure I get a picture to you.
Thanks.
That's pretty
awesome. Cool. In the chat there, yes. So outside of eBay, yeah. So a lot of Menkos. I mean, I know all of us here, and a lot of what we're talking about is like actually looking at sites in Japan and purchasing there. And it's interesting. I think it just happened like a week or two ago, but so it used to be Yahoo Auctions Japan. They changed the name. It's now J Direct Items, I think is what it's called. You still go to the same websites, but it's just a different name now. I thought that was interesting. So I was like, so go figure. But yeah.
So eBay, the Japanese auctions, Mercari, Japan, and then collectors and Robert's auctions.
Yep. Yeah. And eBay and Mercari in the US. Yeah.
Here's another question from him. Interesting. Thank you. How many people do you think actually collect Menko?
I mean, no idea. Much smaller number than people who collect baseball cards, and probably most other like even like Pokemon and other things like that. It's probably a little bit more niche than that. I think it's bigger than most people would think, but it's not a terribly huge market, especially for people who want to really collect a lot of just Menko. Obviously, they could collect other things, but be sort of specializing or focusing on Menko versus I think there's plenty of people who will see a subject matter from Menko that they're like, ooh, I like Batman, I like baseball, I like this, and I'll get, I'll have something from that for my collection. But as far as like the number of people that are collecting a lot of Menko, and that's kind of their specialty, I think is that we're definitely a niche market in the hobby.
How many members?
Robert would have a much better sense of how many people actually do it. But
do you know how many people are in the Discord?
Our Discord, I mean,
25.
Yeah, it's like now that's partly because we don't really publicize it a whole lot. I don't. It's all been word of mouth. That's all it's ever been. So it's definitely not because I don't think that's indicative of what the marketplace and the hobby actually is all about. That's just not really. I've not promoted it anywhere other than just through word of mouth here or there kind of thing. So, but Unicorn Cupcake, you can come join our Discord server, and anybody can. Just ask anybody here through social media or whatever. Get you an invite. Come and join us. We've got one dedicated to sports, one dedicated to, and two dedicated to non-sports. We had so many categories that we had to diverge the two non-sports into Japanese subjects and American subjects. But yeah, so lots of really cool stuff. It's a place to see stuff and share images, share experiences, hang out. Good stuff. So my last my last thing is actually my one baseball pickup for the last couple of months. And Dan, you will hopefully enjoy this one. I'm sure everybody will, but I know Dan will in particular. But it's our boy Kaneda.
Nice.
Sorry for the glare. So there he is, kind of hanging out in the dugout. So that's a facsimile signature, and down here on the bottom is his name. This is a caramel of Fujiya, I think it's
58.
Fujiya. How do you say it?
1958 Fujiya.
Yep.
It's a premium.
And so it's a caramel set, and they had regular size kind of bromides, and then they had premium, I assume, prizes that you would win. And so there's a couple of different versions of the prize cards, just because there are slight differences. So this one has a facsimile signature, which there's some of the premiums that don't have a signature at all, I think. Yeah. And then there's a couple that have the facsimile signature, and then one of them doesn't have the name, the writing on the bottom here. So this one does. This is like the B or whatever, and then there's another one that just doesn't have the writing, and it's different images. I think not maybe some of the images overlap, but yeah. So this is and so obviously a pretty good sized, probably about the same size as that Batman and Robin card. So, cool. But yeah, really. So I collect some specific players, including Kaneda, and so this is a really great display piece to really see something to kind of really show up on a shelf, kind of a thing. So
cool.
Love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my last piece.
Isn't what you call it? Who's the god of hitting?
Kawakami.
Kawakami.
You're a Kawakami, right?
Yeah, I collect. Yeah, my primary players I collect are Kawakami, Kaneda, Starfin, and Nishizawa. Are the two.
Wasn't Kawakami's last year like 58 or 59?
Yeah. I think it was 58.
Yeah,
right.
Does he have one of those?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. He has a lot of these. Yeah, he's listed in all that stuff. Yeah, 58 was his last year, so Nagashima's rookie year was his final year, and then O was the next year.
Yeah.
So there's no card or anything with all three of them on there. Just all three. Probably not.
Not as teammates. No. I don't know if I've ever seen anything with all three of them in an image on a card. Robert, have you ever seen all three of them on a card? I don't know why it would have happened. Did Kawakami manage the team at some point?
Yeah, he did.
So in theory, there could have been a time where then you'd have all of them on the same card when he was managing.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not. If it exists, I'm not recalling it off the top of my head.
I don't even know if the same set, like Kabaya Leaf, they all have a card, but obviously not on the same card.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would say Menkos sets you don't tend to see a lot of
multiplayer
cards.
I mean, in the grand, I mean, you'll see twos. Then I'm saying threes are far less.
Yeah, you'll see. But bromides, I mean, there's so many bromide sets out there. It's crazy. So for those of you that are new, if you're new to sort of the Japanese baseball card world, there's menkos, which are sort of based around the game of Menko. Then there's these bromides. So this was where they're just black and white, some color bromides, but it's much more of just a picture, mostly blank back, but it's a very different kind of style. It wasn't intended to be a Menko game piece. It was, more of a traditional, what you would consider more like a baseball card kind of thing. But there's so many bromides out there. So, and you see a lot more group photos, whether that's, team or all stars or something like that. You see a lot more of those out there for sure.
Yeah. I have a big box of them in front of me.
Big box of bromides.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. I'm responding to a message. Okay. All right. Robert, do you want to show you? Do you want to show them?
All right. Yeah.
All right, let me get you on here. Hold on.
Here's a Kawakami bromide.
Oh, nice.
How do I? Oh, here we go. Sorry.
Here's
Okay,
one. Chiba.
Oh, wow.
Bigger size.
That's a good image.
Yeah.
The action images are.
Yeah, bromide images are pretty cool usually. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Fujiya bento.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different ones with
That's crazy
sizes and shapes, and it's fun when you find one that you haven't seen before or something like that. But yeah, I got like lots of them here.
Oh yeah.
Sort through them. I had picked up a big collection, and then Gary went through them to see what he needed for his collection. And, some of them they have neat designs. All of that is something on it.
Mm-hmm.
But, and then you can find some of the players, really early images, and here's Beto. He was still on the Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
And here's one with looks like Fujimura, Beto, and I'm gonna say the other Kaneda.
Yeah, love it. It's a good question. How were bromides distributed?
Taba packs.
Yeah, I think it's very similar, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've got some unopened 40s bromide Taba packs.
Yeah,
Robert, can you grab the Taba pack you showed us earlier with the black and white for so a Taba is a big stack of cards within, like, how could you guys describe it? It's like a big stack of cards that are in between like a bottom and a cover, or
and envelopes, yeah.
yes.
So that's a Taba.
And they use newspaper mainly. That's all I've ever seen.
Yeah, you pay your money and you pull one piece out, and there's one card inside. And then either if it had a number on the back, you could win a prize, which would usually be a larger sheet with uncut cards. And then, so
those hung from the ceiling. There would be a string attached to the ceiling, and you'd pay your money, and you, like Robert was saying, you would grab the whatever random envelope you wanted to pull, and you would pull it down, and you would tear the envelope off and open it up. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
And then later on, there were all kinds of different kinds of distributions later. Where it wasn't Taba, where it would just come in a box, or there'd be a variety of different things that you would get and sell, and then there'd be like a prize sheet, like Robert was showing earlier.
Like this is a playing card set.
Mm-hmm.
And so this came with a magazine, and then inside it had there was baseball players. Here's some of the and
nice.
And then it had celebrities, and there's some sumo in here too.
Those are really gorgeous cards.
Yeah, there's
All those designs.
it's because you pull it out like this and you look at it and then oh, miscut or it was if you send it for grading, but all of these look like they're a little cockeyed. So I guess they didn't cut them that well at the manufacturer.
Might have been a
unfortunately
hand cut.
Yeah.
Did I ever show you this?
Nice.
Well, it's from a bigger Trump
It's a big
poster size.
Yeah.
An Awase set. Yeah.
There's all Nagashima there.
Yeah. 4 Nagashima, 4 Kaneda. Those are the only baseball on this poster. It came from. Give me a second.
I think from
There you go.
maybe 59, 60, something like that.
This
Yeah.
is 58.
58.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in Gary's guide, and there's sumo on there.
Yeah, it is it's Trump, or Trump is in the name.
Yeah.
And just so everybody knows, Trump means it in Japan. It refers to like playing cards.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, here too, I've seen it.
It does. It does mean that here too. Although these days it does clearly mean something else.
All Star Awase. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
So cool. Love that. Love it. It's unending how much stuff is constantly coming out. You're holding up nonstop so there's uncut sheets.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the Menko is also for kids to learn how to either read Japanese or English or practice math. Where it had it on the back, or you had to read the card and guess what was on the other side.
Yeah, because I mean, it was just a kid's game. That's literally what this.
Yeah,
what it is.
So. And then, I mean,
nice.
Yeah.
There's is that the gold set they call it?
Yeah. This one is a few of these. They're not in great shape, but and then like this, I had the.
Ooh, wow,
that's cool.
Yeah, I had a big one on eBay that sold, and then you get ones like this, like that wouldn't make it into the guide, but that's Oshita. And
that's not in the guide, even though it has.
I mean, the rest is generic.
Oh, okay. He's the only named one.
Yeah, I don't think it was. Yeah, that's the problem. There's so many sets or you find 1 or 2 cards. Like I just found this. I had this card, and I don't think you've seen this before. This has.
I got the same one.
And this type of thing. You have this one too?
Yeah.
What's the back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
it just has like that sort of box around the lettering.
The clear box with the.
And so that's a differentiation.
Yeah, that one is because I asked Gary. It's not in the guide, and he's not sure. There's so many, especially with bromides. Menko's a little more. He's got under control. Menko, Karuta, and other ones, but yes. Some of the bromides are the most difficult because there's just too many different ones.
Too many. Yeah. You do have it. How about that?
What's your back? Is it same back?
It's the pitching back.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Oh, just real quick.
Oh, nice.
These are cataloged.
Yeah, those are I know that one. Very nice. You got Kawakami on there.
So Gary doesn't catalog them if there's no name on them. He won't catalog generic players.
Yeah, the generic ones. There's just it's too hard to, figure out. Even like I have, I had a bromide. And I'm trying to figure out what set it's from. I thought I knew what set, and you look it up, and it's got like, full pose or full body or something, and then another one might be, hands over head, or in full stretch, and it's like, mine kind of could be this one or that one, or is this a new one that's not in the guide?
Right.
Because when you're looking at it and he's coming up with the name, you're not always comparing it with other ones to think,
Right.
It's very similar. So
Right.
it's difficult. So
Yeah.
I think we need to figure out what they are.
But yeah, if the set has only generic players in it, he doesn't catalog it. There are some sets that have named, like, several named players in it, and there's like maybe a card or two that says generic, that's like out or safe. He'll catalog that kind of a set, but he doesn't catalog just totally all generic.
Yeah, and sometimes he'll just put the, like there's 3 baseball cards, and the rest is
actors or whatever.
Even like this set, because this one has, I think there was 18 baseball, and then the rest were non-baseball.
Is there a premium on even or special numbers on the back as they do currency or baseball cards?
Oh, that's interesting. So the Menko, so the numbers on the back of the cards are the Menko card, the Menko number, right? Is what those are referring to. I don't. Yeah. So that's interesting though, because there is obviously a very big deal with currency in particular. I know, like, if you get a particular kind of serial number that's a repeater or it's a mirror, or so, like, people pay a premium for that, but I'm not aware of anybody that collects anything specific to that, because it'd be interesting if somebody did have that kind of predilection to I want cards that have this series of numbers on the back, but I don't know if anybody has. I'm not aware of anybody paying a premium for what's on the back. It's always what's on the front, which player or subject matter, that kind of a thing. Although I will say, one of my favorite things about Menko cards is that I absolutely love the imagery on the front and the back. Like, the backs of Menko cards are just, like, so well done, like, so interesting, so beautiful. I mean, I just really enjoy the backs as well, the artwork and what they chose to do, especially compared to American baseball cards, where it's by and large just stats, which is cool and good as a kid, wanting to learn those things. But just from a pure imagery standpoint, Menko cards backs are sometimes better than the fronts. I'll say that, as far as what it looks like.
Well, not this card, but
well, maybe not. No,
but
there's a few that don't have backs.
Yeah.
And I think, kind of going back to this card here, like with the gold, you do some parallels. I know in baseball, I forget which set it is, but it's got the gold, red, and plain border.
Hoshigangu. Yeah.
Hoshigangu. Yeah. So maybe a little bit of a premium for the gold version, because those were typically prize cards, harder to get, less.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the premium's always going to be obviously on subject matter, whether that's player or whatever the thing may be. But then there are certainly rarity factors, and I think that plays into, like, currency and the back numbers and things like that, where, like, with currency collectors, the premium is that the rarity of that kind of serial number, right, of the repeating or the whatever. But it's the same kind of thing, but just slightly different as far as what is sort of looked for and coveted. So the rarity of premium, so something like this, like that was a winner's card, it's a premium card, that there were less of them, and so there's some aspects that kind of fall into it. So the coloring, or the printing, or the size, or how many were available.
I think also,
and on the back of those cards, sometimes those cards are to the specific player, sometimes they're not. So depending on the set, which you can find in Gary's catalog, which you can buy on Prestige Collectibles, it'll specify whether the card number on the back is duplicated on other player cards, or if it's not. And if it's not, then you can use that number for that specific player.
Yeah, to help identification purposes. Yeah, it's always a joy when they didn't, when a Menko number for that set was unique to a player, so that you could know that because for those of us who cannot read Japanese, and if your Google image search can't really read it or whatever, it helps in identifying the player. So sometimes it's a unique number that the printers made just for that particular player. Other times they use the same number for multiple players, and you can't really use it for identification purposes.
And so when you are trying to find out what card a set is in, you're going to look at the back. The front will help you as well, but you start at the front, you start at the back and go from there.
Yeah,
and that's how they're. It's such
Except
a
for bromides, was exactly the opposite. So there's very few bromides that have information on the back or anything on the back.
Yeah, since it's an Adobe file, you can search. So I would like just search for the number and see what comes up, and sometimes does, sometimes it doesn't. Then you got to look for the backs, and then it could be uncatalogued. I think that set was uncatalogued.
Yeah, but I said that one you just showed up. I've seen you had a couple recently.
Yeah, I have them on.
Is that the Nishizawa?
Yeah, that's Nishizawa.
Yeah, I kind of want that one.
Right. Yeah, that's yeah. But yeah, that was one. Just it's amazing finding new sets and things we've never seen before, and that's what makes it fun, because there's not much in American baseball that you haven't seen.
Yeah.
Once in a while,
Very,
that comes up,
very rare,
especially vintage.
Yeah, I mean nowadays, honestly, with American baseball cards, you're literally like the new discoveries would be things from the 1800s, the teens, like way back, because obviously it was just a very different kind of a cultural, like almost from the beginning of baseball cards, they were collected, right? To some extent, maybe not to the extent they are now, but they were collected, and there are people who took the time to catalog and keep track of these things, and those companies, many of those companies still exist, and so there's just a whole different subculture to it and known history compared to Menko, just completely unknown in many ways.
Especially like the T206 cards, people like collecting the different backs and the different factory numbers and things like that. I don't know. I mean, even with tops, they'll have gray backs and different color things and little variations and stuff like that. There's a lot of that with the Japanese cards, obviously.
Tons. Yeah, that's the other thing with getting into it. You're starting to you'll see different, same set, different colored backs, printing inks. Typically, the fronts tend to be consistent. There's obviously printing errors, defects, the way that they might have actually, the quality maybe, or the printing, but yeah, the backs, they were in 3 different inks, 2 different inks. Some are all in the same ink. It just varies, but it just is all over the board sometimes.
Sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes it matters. They're different sets or things like that. But yeah, it's what keeps it interesting.
Very much so. Very much.
All right, you guys have anything else, or is that it?
I think that's it for now.
Now you missed her in the upper right corner. You better get more next time.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
More money. Spend more money.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I've got a few things sitting that I just haven't shipped yet. That I was like, I'm waiting on that kind of stuff. But I'm working on it.
Okay, so Uniform Cook just asked a question. I think it would be best if we saved it for next time and we can think about it. He says, what are top 3 Menkos each of you would get if you could?
Ooh. So ones we don't have
that we want.
That if we could get them, we would get them.
Yeah. Do we want to save this answer for next time?
I'm definitely fine with waiting, because I'd have to think about it.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I could throw some things out there, but I mean, like I think all of us could, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great question. I like that question.
I assume he means ones that actually exist.
Right.
We want to sell more, but we've never seen.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like that anybody who's been in it long enough, or even for a little while. So the equivalent of America's Cy Young Award is the Sawamura Award in Japan, right? It's named after this pitcher, an early successful pitcher. He's famous for having struck out. Who is it? Jimmy Fox, Babe Ruth,
and
Lou Gehrig. In an exhibition game. But there's no Menko card of him. Like one's not been found. Like when he played was before the era really kind of picked up with that. So yeah, to our knowledge, none exists of him. So yeah, that would kind of be the honus whacker.
So the card has to exist, right? Is that what we're saying?
We'll assume it has to exist. Well, yes, we'll go with that. Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
Okay, or maybe you want to do the three that you could get if you can, and one imaginary one.
Yeah.
If you carry.
Yeah, there we go.
I like that.
Okay. All right. So let's plan for mid to late March.
Yeah,
Sounds
late
good.
March works better for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds good.
All right. Uniform Cupcake, Orlando. John, thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, no, thanks everybody. Love the questions. Really appreciate that. That's really cool. Thank you.
Great.
Come join us in the Discord server if you want.
Yeah. Just send or just contact one of us and we could get you an invite because you have to get an invite to join Discord from somebody.
Yeah, I just had somebody ask me about it, so I gave them the link.
Yeah, I wondered if that was someone, our man or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
please. Anybody asks, please invite them. Yes.
All right.
All right, guys. Stay warm, and we'll see you next month.
All
All right, guys.
Thanks.
See you.